blockchain should be accountability. So the use case hold, it should be tied into accountability. That's kind of how I look at projects. It's like go and research a project. How does it tie into accountability of what they're trying to do? You know what I mean? So with this, it's accountability. And I'm thinking like up in Canada for something even as simple as keeping my records on some website with their username and password that I can't log into half the time. It has to go through legislation, then it has to go through funding, and then who's going to fund this, and what federal government or what provincial government. And now we go through all the provinces of Canada, and what province is going to put in X amount of dollars from their health system to.
These are little things that just show you that you don't own anything. That's really
you don't. Well, hey, Facebook, man. I mean, you are their money. Like Facebook, we are Facebook's money.
You're the product.
We are the product. If you don't have to pay for something, fans, anybody listening to this, if you don't have to pay for something, you are that something. You are that something. Just letting you know, like you're not getting paid, but you're.
Well, I will say this on this point. I don't know if, it's amazing how complacent we all become. I mean, last week, Facebook took out ads in the New York Times and large publications denouncing Apple because one of Apple's moves towards their app store is to being able to enable clients to turn off and on their data tracking or privacy. And
which is awesome.
And Facebook launched a tirade, went on a tirade against Apple. How dare you? And that's how absurd it is, right? That's how absurd it is.
I have a Google Pixel phone, dude. And I'm telling you, I can't keep up with how many data things I have to turn off. Just when I think I turned off my data tracking, another one that I have to turn off. It takes me probably realistically half a day to go through my whole phone to turn off data tracking on every app. And then you do a restart. Here's what happens. Upgrade your system. You have to do it all.
There's been so many hacks in the recent weeks with Google, with the United States, being hacked. Like this, I don't want my data in anybody else's hands except mine. Period.
But it's out there already, David.
No, but if it's going to be, if I can store away my information, great. But I do not want Google and Apple own. I've opted out the whole COVID-19 thing.
I did too.
You're not going to. I'm more than happy to test for you if you'd like me to go ahead and take a COVID test. I have no problem with that. I will not let you go ahead and track my phone and where I am. You're already tracking me. I'm so against that.
David, and some of us in the early days pioneering decentralization, that's exactly what it's about. And I'll tell people, and I'll warn your audience, big tech already owns you as data. Yep. They already know you like to do yoga on the beach, right? At 6 a.m. They know that. They know everything about you. Support Radiologex, support R-DEE, check out our STO, get out there, because the next move for big tech is your healthcare. They're going to own it. Apple Health is coming along. All the big titans are moving out there because it is such a huge, large part of GDP. As people live longer, governments, and I'll say this, we're probably not facing the best economic times here coming up shortly due to all the money printing, which we understand, which will take us another 5 hours on this podcast to discuss. More than happy to. But then, irregardless, when governments run out of money to spend, they will always spend money on healthcare. And right? Healthcare is the next big thing that big tech is going to try to take. And so support R-DEE, support the industry, support the industry's move that allows them and you, the patient, to offer data and permanently own. And that's it.
Just going to say, if people in blockchain, don't fool yourself. And I come from a privacy project, obviously, but listen, don't fool yourself. If you think you're Mr. or Mrs. Private and super private, and listen, unless you're living in a cabin surrounded by a whole bunch of trees without any internet or any civilization or any animals or any you're not private. If you work, you're not private. If you go out and drive, you're not private. If you fill up gas, you're not private. If you use a credit card, you're not private. A debit card, you're not private. If you go to any store that has a camera, you're not private. If you go past a road camera, you're not private. If you got a speeding ticket, you're not private. If you register a car, you're not private. We're not private. If you think you're super private, then you're fooling yourself. I'm just saying. You could
stop saying private.
Private.
I'm so blown away by this, man. Like we need a part two. I need a part two. I need to.
Here's me cranking energy. If
really
you really want to look into, go for it.
It's really the greatest compliment you guys can give us, and there's nothing you can do. There's no amount of kind of customer onboarding or appreciation more than this reaction that you have to it, and that's the reaction the healthcare industry has had to us, and it's the biggest compliment you can give us. And that's all I want to say.
I'm blown away, and I can't research thousands of projects, people. I don't know about every project. Love David, he's like my brother, but I don't know everything about Pack Global, right? How am I supposed to know everything about this? Like he doesn't know everything about everything. But now I'm hearing this. Man,
that's the whole thing. I keep preaching.
Level.
Like Pack
Global
doesn't care about their. If you want to use their coin, great. If you don't want to use their coin, not a problem. That's not their goal. Like this 2017 mentality of who's faster. Yeah. Like all that stuff is out the window. Like that was what it was in 2017. Here's my pretty picture of my PDF file. Look how pretty it is. Look at the concept, and then give me your money. And I received your money. Mm-hmm. Probably the biggest pile of crap that you can have out there is EOS. All right, raises what? How much money? $2 billion. Was it $2 billion or two? No, it's $2 billion.
It was the biggest one ever. Yeah.
Biggest, right? What have they done? Absolutely nothing. What I'm saying to you is everybody can go ahead and paint the pretty picture. At the end of the day, I respect those projects that went out there. Pack Global didn't have an ICO. They went ahead and worked through the bear market. You have Drew out there, CEO, who went him and along with the devs that built, grinded away and built. They don't care. Pack Global does not care if you use their coin. Honestly,
and self-funded, right? I mean, and here's the key. Here, bottom line, look, you put your money where your mouth is, right? This is the first time the crypto sphere is hearing about Radiologex. Why? Well, we purposely did that. We didn't need your money, right? We don't want your money, and now that we're ready, we're offering an opportunity, just like any company, whether it's going to raise funds after development to go to the next phase, much like companies go public and an IPO do. Now, you've never heard of us till now, Radiologex, because we were busy building, right? Mm-hmm. And there was no purpose. If you heard of us prior to today, last year, a year before, 6 years as we've been in research development, it was a problem for us, right? And it should be a problem for you. And, look at those projects that are self-funded, that put their own money where their mouth is and have tangible results.
I'm a big fan of obviously I come from a project that's self-funded too, right? And you get all these people online. Well, you haven't had any updates, no partnerships. You haven't had a partnership in like 3 months, man. I've seen nothing. It's dead. It's like, well, because we're busy building. That's what we should be doing. And I love.
Here's Outspace. Ready in a nutshell, Mark? Here's Outspace. What's your project about? Here's the concept. Great. How many exchanges are you on?
Yeah.
So if you don't have 19 exchanges, then somehow your project sucks.
And this is why we're Pack Global. Like I may not buy Pack Global token or coin or whatever. But I love the product.
But it's okay. We don't care if you do or not.
Correct.
That's the whole thing.
We want to use the Pack Global system.
George just said it. We're not dependent on anybody in this space buying our coin.
That's
we
right.
don't go out there telling people. You've never heard me go out there and say buy Pack Global. I will never go out there, nor will anybody from the team go out there and say buy Pack Global or get into. Nobody says that.
Wow.
We actually go out there and tell you, hey, if you really want to own your data, come check us out.
This is so
Check out our
next
website,
level,
get
man.
educated.
This is so next level. Like even the ER scanning, CAT scans, MRI machines, the next level of these machines is going to be internet savvy. Like these machines are getting so technologically advanced now when they're being built. The next level of these machines will be blockchain compatible for sure.
And that's where R-DEE comes in and
wow.
takes over the game.
Yeah,
Like and that's where you go ahead and have to give props. Whether it's George here or somebody else, you got to give props.
You're getting an X-ray, an X-ray, bam, right up there.
You see where we like to take accolades, and where any project that you should probably focus on is we were able to have that lens on to see further. And what you guys just said is we built that highway knowing that the next generation of scanners, clinicians network is already going to be, the internet of healthcare things, right? It's all going to be connected, and we built the highway by which and for which it should communicate.
The next generation of people are not going to be working harder. They're going to be working smarter, because that's the way the world is going. Like you look into generations, and maybe it stopped at my generation, but man, I had no problem boots on the ground working 7 days a week, 16 hours a day, because that's what I had to do. But I think the next generation and the generation after that, my 6-year-old, it's going to be all about working smarter, not harder. And that's where blockchain helps, right?
Absolutely.
Wow. Congratulations to you guys, man. George, David, Pack Global. This is wow. This is just.
So what's next?
I can't take the kudos. That's him.
CMO.
I gotta give a shout out to George working his tail off along with his team, and I gotta give a shout out to. Yeah, I mean, I got to give out, I had nothing to do with it. I got to give a shout out to Drew and that dev team that, works extremely hard to go ahead and put a project together that actually works and not just, runs its mouth. These projects work, they grind, and I'm just here to be a part of the team to go ahead and get it out there, get the message out there. Just look, educate yourself on it. You like it, you don't, you don't. It is okay. It is what it is, but that's all it's about.
It's just literally one of the best podcasts I could be on before Christmas. If the world literally goes this way, it's past my age, because but it's going to take 5-10 years. It's going to take time to develop and roll everything out. But wow.
Well, you know what? You just highlighted the best character trait that one should have in the space, and I've advised on this forever, is patience. I know David. I've seen David, and he's very good at what he does, and he advises his listeners: patience. Just have patience and have vision. Right? Those are two things that people lack in the space.
They do. It's so brutal when partnership.
You know what it is? People want
when
money.
Announcement.
No, but people want money. Let's not be stupid here.
It's reality.
We're all smart. Everybody here on this podcast right now is extremely smart. People come into, most of the people in this space, 95% of them, they came in here for the gains. It's okay. It's fine. I don't hold anything against anybody. They come in here. They're looking to get rich quick. Why? Because CNBC is reporting right now that Bitcoin is at, let's say, hypothetically $23,000, right? Mm-hmm. They're like, oh my God, let me jump in. They go through Coinbase. $23,000. I can't afford that. Let me look for for something that's cheaper. Oh, look at this. Cardano, you got, XRP, you got XLM. Let me jump into this and hope that it's the next Bitcoin. And that's the mentality that we have. But I feel like, though, in 2020, that's changed a bit. We have people that have survived 2017 that got hit hard, left, like George said earlier, holding bags. So now, 2020, people are sitting back and going, you know what? I'm going to do a little bit more research. But we need to provide more education out there to the general public and preach what just George said, which I do go out there and say, patience, long-term patience. That's how successful people become successful. They're patient.
I talk to my community all the time, because they're constantly giving DMs to me every day, daily. Blah, 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 blah. When are you doing this? So, my responses to my community, our community, if I get a partnership overnight, it's one that you guys aren't going to want. I'm just letting you know. Partnerships, big collaborations working together, they take 6 to 8 months to a year. If I go and do partnerships every day, who's that good for? Absolutely nobody, because no due diligence was done in that partnership. If you're just spinning it up and you get a partnership overnight, that's not something that our community should want. So it's not something I should want. But David, you nailed it, man, with people just going out there for quick gains. Like I held bags, man. I was 96% down for 2 years or 3 years or whatever I was. 96% down. I talked to my friend yesterday about it. I said, buddy, whatever, dude. We held through it, and now I'm a little bit more smart. I'm really researching projects that I'm going to get behind, and this just fits. This is just, I'm in.
Hey George, where do people go to get more information about your company and about the next steps and the roadmap for what's happening?
Absolutely. I invite everybody to get on radiologex.com, radiologex.com. You'll learn everything quickly and sufficiently on the site, everything about the product, all the way to the SDO opportunity. There are ways on our website also you can get a hold of us directly. Members of the dev team, exec team, we're very accessible. And I myself, a lot, I'm always around, Telegram, Discord, whatnot, a lot of these mediums out there. I'm always accessible. Yeah, that's it. It's very exciting. Our product is out there for healthcare use, and we're on the Apple Store currently, Apple App Store. So anybody affiliated with the healthcare sector, please download R-DEE. You're going to find tremendous use, and it is available for free. So we look forward to having you on that.
I wanted to ask one quick question before we go, and I failed to throw it out there. Do you have any competitors, or you have no competition?
This sounds a little, sort of, and I hate this stuff, and it tinges on sort of arrogance. But I'll say this. I'll summarize it this way: to get the use that you get out of R-DEE, you'd need to have minimum 8 different platforms.
Okay.
So that should tell you.
That's perfect answer.
I'm literally going to go tell my niece to download this app right as soon as after, just so she can have a poke around.
Please do.
From a nurse standpoint.
We welcome all the healthcare on. Absolutely.
This is just.
Abby, any closing thoughts from you, Abby?
I think we love the feedback. Please download the app, try your hands on the application, and we are here to answer any of the queries. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Should you kick everybody out your office?
No, he's got all the space for all the people coming in. That's what he's doing there. He's went and bought
you know what it is? Now that they've gone on to blockchain, they don't need to go ahead and store anybody's files in the background. So good job, guys. Good job.
So you're basically saying he's showing the office on where all of his files are stored.
Everything is on the network, yeah.
Wow.
Well, thanks, guys. Fantastic to learn about your projects and to see your hard work and to see not only just work in the industry, but having the credentials and having the regulation that is in place, because a lot of companies don't do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're also ONC certified, tested and certified by the U.S. Department of Human Health Services. We're ISO certified in 2 of them. We have multiple validations and certifications of our technology, and we went about that first and foremost before we even entertained any sort of public fundraise attempt. So
it's incredible.
Us older people know what ISO is, but the younger generation hears ISO and they think something completely different. So to the younger generation, go look up what ISO actually is.
Well, thanks everybody. Have a fantastic Sunday. Thank you for everyone that tuned in, and stay happy and stay healthy.
Hey, happy holidays to everybody, eh?
Happy holidays,
absolutely.
Guys.
Happy holidays.
Thanks,
you.
Everybody.
Stay safe, everybody.
See ya. The Blockchain Breakfast podcast is sponsored by Crazy 8 Token, the newest payment solution for casinos and their customers in emerging markets around the world. Crazy 8 Token is powered by the Casino Coin blockchain. For more information, visit crazy8token.com. Fuse.io, a tokenizing platform for entertainers, personalities, and professionals. Check out the Fuse Marketplace today so you can learn about who is tokenized. Invest in what you love.